Today I'm going to be filming my first episode of my new series, which I'm calling Little Acts of Crafts. So I have mentioned in a previous video, in the coffee and creativity video I just did, about how I went to coffee shops and I crafted. Basically, I decided that every time I'm able to have a payout from Buy Me a Coffee supporters, I'm going to take that money and go to at first it was going to be just coffee shops, but I think I'm going to do any independent shops, like bookshop, gift shops, coffee shops, anywhere I can physically go and craft whilst I'm there and also buy something from the shop. So this is the first video. Well, YouTube's going to be the behind the scenes. The actual video is going to be short form content. So YouTube Shorts, TikTok and Reels. So we're first of all going to pack up everything we need. I've already thought up a design. I think what I'm going to try and do is have the coffee shop in mind, make up a design, and then go to the place and create. So that way I've got a bit of a head start on what I want to do. So I'm not like faffing whilst I'm there. I might do some on the fly, just whatever comes to me, like inspiration whilst I'm there. But I think I'm going to do a bit of research beforehand so I can make it really personalised to the place. So the first place I'm going to go is Brew Coffee in Bracknell. And tonight they've got a coffee and craft night. So it's a perfect time to take my crafts, grab a coffee with the money from my Buy Me a Coffee supporters, make a piece of art and gift it to the owner, Jem. That's the plan. So I will show you my brief, very quick design, and then we will pack up everything. Like I say, this is going to be more of a behind the scenes video on YouTube, so I'm going to try my best to include as much as possible, but you'll just see the behind the scenes stuff that you might not see on the short form videos, because obviously they need to be snappy and quick. So yeah, enjoy this video, and if you would like to be a part of this journey, you can either let me know where in the UK I should go in the comments, or you can head over to my Buy Me a Coffee and be a one-time supporter or a monthly supporter, whichever you want to be. That's completely up to you. Enjoy the video. Okay, so this is my really rough design. This is a coffee cup, and then we've got a bit of steam, and we've got BREW. So Brew obviously works for where we're going. The colour in the background is kind of the same colour as the logo. However, I'm going to be changing that for my real piece. And then, yeah, this is the brief design that I've just roughly drawn up. And then what I'm going to be taking with me, now this piece in particular isn't actually going to have any punch needle. It's going to be mostly embroidery and bits and pieces like that. So I've already put on a piece of recycled fabric on the hoop, and I've got a piece of purple in case I can't use the blue or I need a backup piece. We're on the embroidery hoop. The embroidery hoop is going to be the final piece, so I have got my cork backing, which will go on the back, and a little sticker to stick on there as well. We've got some felt, because I plan to do the coffee cup out of felt, much like the one I've done here, and I'm just going to then sew it on to the background of here. I will obviously bring some white cotton and some brown cotton for that. I've then got various different thread colours. We've got some dark blue, some black. I've got a contrasty sort of ish colour there. I don't know which colour I'm going to use, but I'm going to take them all with me. This is going to be for the BREW lettering. And then for the like steam, I don't know whether to do simple white beads, this like silver, it's like a thread, or I'm not really sure what it is, but that's quite cool. Or I've got some silver bugle beads. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, but I'm going to use one of these for the steam, and I might bring a white embroidery floss just in case I decide to embroider it. But yeah, that's my plan. This is everything I'm going to take with me. And then, yeah, next we'll be heading to the coffee shop. It's actually at 7 PM, so it's going to be in the evening. But yeah, I'm excited to do this. I want to jump back briefly and just sort of maybe explain why I'm doing this series. I have a few different ways people can support me, whether that's through the website, buying the stock, coming to the workshops, signing up to my Patreon, the Buy Me a Coffee. There's so many different ways, and I want to try and make each platform a specific thing. So Patreon obviously is for those that want to learn punch needle or just follow my journey. You can either support to follow my journey, or you can get the higher tier and get all the punch needle tips, exclusive stuff, community, and all of that. I then obviously have the Buy Me a Coffee, which I discovered through YouTube, because it seems to be a thing that most YouTubers have. And I was just wondering how I can utilize that and make it a bit more exciting. So it's not just people supporting me, it's then people supporting me and me using that money to do something with and give back in a way. So obviously with it being buy me a coffee, it's great to obviously spend that money on coffee. So I thought I could just spend the money on coffee, or I could spend the money on coffee, make something and gift something back. So it's like a full circle thing almost. So the person that's doing the supporting gets that gratitude from me and obviously from the shop owners, and then they get that feeling of community because they've been the person that has then spurred on this chain, and also just gives them a sense of like they're doing something as well. They're supporting me and they're supporting independent places, and then they just get that thanks back to them. Then for me, obviously, it's the fact that I get a coffee, the fact that I get to go and experience places, I get to meet new people, I get to craft, I get to experiment with my craft, which is obviously something I really, really want to do. I get the exposure as well from doing it and creating this series. I get out, I meet people. There's a lot of things there for me. And then obviously the shop owners get the exposure, they get the content, I obviously get content as well. They get the monetary value of whatever I'm buying, and they get something back in a little handmade form, a little gift as well. So I think it's a good full circle kind of vibe, shall we say? And it's something I'm really interested in and really excited to get in. And who knows where in the UK I'll visit and get to do this and where it will go. So, yeah, please do continue joining on this journey, and I hope to keep this going. I will do my absolute best, but this is the first one, so we'll see. Okay, so it's the day after the craft night, which was last night. I didn't get any landscape footage, so I've done my best to put in some of the portrait footage and fit it to this video. So I hope you enjoyed watching my little trip yesterday. So the event was from 7 to 9 p.m., which was quite nice because it meant I had a time limit to stick to. And at first, I wasn't sure I was going to better finish a piece because even though I had all my materials planned, I didn't cut out or draw out anything before going. I just freehand everything. I freehand cut out the coffee cup and the coffee. I completely freehand did the embroidery letters. I didn't draw them on first, and I only had to redo the W. So I'm pretty impressed with that because normally doing letters, especially without having drawn on the cloth first, can be quite intimidating and it can look a bit crazy. But I think I did an alright job, especially as it wasn't in a straight line. It was obviously the letters were curving, and when I came to do that E, I was trying to like line it up for ages, trying to work out where it needs to be, what angle it needs to sit at. But I think I did a pretty good job, and I managed to finish within the 2 hours, which was perfect, so I could gift it there and then. And yeah, it was lovely. There was people around having conversations and doing other bits and pieces, which was nice to see. And I think the outcome of the piece was pretty cool, if I should say so myself. So that's the first behind the scenes video of my new little short form series. I'm not sure where I'm going to go next. I will have to wait until I get some more supporters, or if I just fancy going to do it sometime, I can always do that as well. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything from this little behind the scenes video. As I said previously, if you want to suggest anywhere in the UK I should go and gift something to, or if you would like to support this little venture, you can do that. I will link everything down below. I will link Brew with the location, or at least like social media. I will link the Buy Me a Coffee, that's always linked anyway. And I don't know if there's something else I was meant to link, but everything will be linked in the description below for you to go and check out. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think it was a great little start to this series, and I look forward to doing more, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a lovely rest of your week, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.